Alright, what's up everyone and welcome back to another stream. Again, we'll be playing my Insanity mode for Kingdom of Alliance. So in this stream we'll be checking out stages 1 to 6 as well as some of the iron challenges that I added since I didn't had enough time to implement all of them. But at least we have a couple and I think that they turn out really alright. Like they have their unique twists and turns. Also, just to give some quick information regarding the mode, basically it changes almost every single tower hero by balancing them out just so everything feels usable. At least that was the intent, to not have any bad towers. Also, a lot of the gold amounts has been changed due to the increase in enemy numbers. Otherwise, you would be able to spam tier 4 towers across the whole map, and that's not really fun, at least in my opinion. Also, a lot of the enemies have been buffed, either damage, HP, or speed, just to make things harder. Also, you will already see that the tutorial is vastly different than usual, since basically every single level has been overhauled all the way up to stage 6, the first boss battle, which I hope to be able to reach since the level is actually really difficult and it took me like around 5 or 6 tries until I got to the final wave and I had to like rebalance all the waves and such, otherwise it would have been straight up impossible. And well, I don't like being stuck on a single level. Alright, just give me 1 second to open the chat to see what's up. But yeah, I mean, you can already see that we have a bear vanguard coming in at wave 4, which is really strange. Hello everyone. Thanks for stopping by. I hope that you have a wonderful afternoon or evening, depending on where you are at the world. Also, usually the tutorial level is hard with only one hero. Like almost all stages are intended to be played with level 10 heroes. And well, right now, I don't even have two. So if I do indeed manage to lose lives, well, don't blame me, blame the mode. Also, okay, I might be a little bit skill issued, but at least I will be able to showcase my point. Yeah, okay, so we don't really care about the tutorial, like you're bound to lose lives. There isn't really any way around it. It gets way easier after you unlock Regin. I guess I won't be playing the Iron stage for the tutorial yet. I'll wait until I get Regin so we can experience the game with two heroes. It would be the best condition for us. Also, I guess I might be playing a little bit better than usual, just because I'll try to also focus on all of the comments that I get during the stream. Also, if you have any ideas or suggestions that you would like to give about the mode, they would be greatly appreciated since it's still very early on in development and I'm adding a lot of different things, just looking to make the game more interesting, I guess. Okay, so we still don't have the second hero. I guess I'll play on veteran just because everything has been balanced around that difficulty. Also, when the mode does indeed get public, which might not happen soon, it will probably take me around a week or so. I would suggest for most people to just stick to veteran since all the stats have been rebalanced in multiples of 30. just to make it, I guess, a little bit less RNG dependent and so on. Also, yeah, Ryan is really fast in this mode. I guess just as a quality of life thing. From what I remember, the second stage wasn't that hard in particular. Like, yeah, Ragin lost really quickly to a single bear since they got their damage doubled. They also have a couple more points on their defense level. It was in order to try and nerf artilleries, which as you can see the tree cannon already costs 220 to get to tier 2, which is really unusual. Also, it seems that I will be most likely losing lives already to wave 3, which is again expected since I'm using level 4 and level 1 heroes, and all the stages are balanced around having level 10 heroes. So yeah, that's like not really surprising to me, and I'll most likely reset this level after I get a couple of levels on my heroes. Since, yeah, right now I basically stand no chance. I need their abilities since heroes in this mode are really busted. At least I've tried to make them have way bigger impact. Again, towers are also viable, but you'll be mostly relying on your heroes to deal with the enemies, especially since some of the levels make you start with 0 gold, so you'll be purely playing with just heroes. Also, as you can see, already was into stage 2. So yeah, the mode definitely stays true to its name. Also, another interesting thing to note is even though we got to use Regen, we still have her walk. A strange thing that I noticed, since, well, I've never actually lost to stage 2 before. Well, I'm sorry if this stream is late. I'm just trying to like be around the European time zone and also appeal somewhat to the American time zone. If there are any Asians, then I'm sorry, since yeah, most likely it will be midnight or even later than that. Hello everyone. Hey yo, Abraham, what's up, my man? Good to see you here as well. Okay, so we got Vesper's bouncing arrow, and I would really like to demonstrate its power. So as you can see, it now bounces up to 12 targets. So it's definitely way more powerful than usual. Also, another interesting thing to note is that Ragin gets her level reset after starting the stage from the beginning. So that's a thing that I wasn't familiar with. Dragon, well, she seems to not be doing that well for the time being, so we'll mostly be relying on Vesper to carry us for this stage. Well, yeah, at least mainly I'm trying to stream around that time since it's perfect for Europeans. And also, I guess it's afternoon for the Americans, so it also checks out in that department. Also, Royal Archers are actually really cheap to get, only 50 at tier 1. So I guess that's a good strategy to start off with them. Also, these rats now deal 20 to 40 damage, just to make the use of barracks against them more difficult, since they also got their speed increased. And well, they basically act as wolves from the previous games, just trying to sneak past all your defenses. Also, artilleries are really efficient in dealing with them since they usually manage to one-shot them. The thing is that at only tier 2 the Tricannon isn't as powerful as I would like it to be. So yeah, once again, I'll be losing a lot of lives here. Uh, well, looking back at this stage, it might need some more rebalancing since it seems to be a little bit on the harder side. So basically, the purpose of this mode is, as you can see, it modifies all the waves on each stage and it tries to make them like 3 to 5 times harder than usual, while also rebalancing some of the towers to compensate for the increase in enemy numbers. The thing is that also the amount of gold that they give has also been decreased, so you still get to work with around the same amount of cash as usual. And also, it seems that I will be losing once again. At least in this mode, heroes level up way quicker than usual. So I will be able to get a couple more upgrades for Vesper, and it will definitely help out. And the thing is that all of the stages, again, I have tested with level 10 heroes, so that's not really fair right now. It definitely gets easier after you unlock the second hero. So I guess this might be actually the hardest stage out of all of them that I will be showcasing today. I guess maybe rewind menu on tri-cannons might be the way to go. But again, at least these guys, the Tusk Brawlers, also got their armor increased, so artilleries are not as efficient at dealing with them as mages are. But the thing about mages is that they fell off hard since, as you can see, there are way too many enemies for mages to deal with. I guess one other thing to note is that archers now cost only 50, so I might be using them. Like probably in this case, if I at least can get some more gold, please. Okay, so far so good, but it definitely doesn't get easier from now on. Hello, well, the stream is doing alright so far. Already lost 2 times to stage 2. Love to see it. I mean, I have 4 other stages to showcase, so I don't really want to be stuck on this one for like 2 hours. Also, if I had Vesper's hero spell right now, it would have been really helpful. At least the tree helps us out a fair bit. Okay, that was clutch. But still, I don't know how we're gonna be able to deal with all of this that is incoming next. Yeah, I'll just leave these guys for now. There is no point in trying to stop them. Actually, a viable strategy might be to just ignore the bear vanguards, since they also got their each HP increased. Yeah, this might be the way to go. Like, I'll just ignore them for now and try to focus on the weaker enemies. No, this is just the beta or alpha version, as you'd like to call it, since it only changes the first 6 stages of the game. Like stages 7 to 16 haven't been touched yet. Also, there's still a lot of work that has to be done when it comes to balancing. So if some things seem stronger than intended, well, that's the case. I will definitely be working on the balance more after I guess finish the remaining stages. Well, I usually like to do both of them, like balance everything out while testing the stages. Since I usually play each stage around 4 to 5 times to verify if it's possible to be beaten. Also, if that seems bad, well, we have a Rhino coming in, and I don't know if I have the necessary wives to tank him. And also another Rhino. Well, this is getting a little bit out of hand now. Yeah, maybe if I try to buy and resell the barracks, I might get enough time to deal with them. But these turtles also are not really helping a lot. At least in this proximity, we can also use the tree for a little bit more support. Yeah, I guess this will be the strategy for now. Just buy and resell the barracks, and they will be able to stall them for long. I guess I don't really need the tri-cannons anymore. Okay, so that was sketchy, but at least you get the things that we will be facing in this mode. Like it definitely goes hard. But again, after this stage, I'll finally be able to get my second hero, so it should make things way easier than that. No, I'm just doing the whole mode alone. At some point, I will be giving a link for everyone else to check out, and I would also really like to have some people actually do check it out, since any opinions or suggestions regarding the balance and other things would be greatly appreciated. I mean, I also have a Discord server for those purposes where I usually try to keep my balance walk for the mode fresh. Like I change it every single day since I'm really actively working on this mode. Okay, so this ability, it now deals 1080 damage just because we have a lot of friends to deal with. Also, the other one where Regin can splash is really helpful now, since mainly relying on Tri-Cannon may not be the best strategy. Also, we already have a Vesper at level 7, so as I said, the leveling in this mode is definitely way faster than usual. Okay, so we have a little bit more gold than usual to start with, so it should help us out. But again, also the waves are not that easy, so everything balances itself out. Also, I really enjoy Vesper's bouncing arrow, like it acts as a second hero spell, which is also another thing that I really enjoyed about this mode, is that, well, every single hero fulfills a different niche or aspect, since right now you see that Regin is one of the only ways to deal with the rhinos, since we already have one coming at wave 2, which is just crazy to think about. But again, also Regin got her cooldown decreased, so she should be able to use her insta-kill once again really soon. Yeah, well, testing is the most annoying part of all the things, since it requires me restarting the game every single time when I try to check if everything is alright. It also includes trying to beat the whole stage to verify that it's possible to be beaten. Otherwise, well, if it's not, then what's even the point in trying? At least today, I spent around 5 hours, I think, trying to balance stage 6, since it was just impossible to be beaten. And I also had to make some hero changes, since using Nairo and Vesper was actually one of the best strategies, which I did not really like, since it doesn't really involve any microing or strategizing, like you have to AoE hero spells to use, and well, that's a little bit broken, since you know there are a lot of big clumps of enemies, and area damage is preferable. That's why also Tri-Cannon has been nerfed significantly. I think it got its cost increased by around 35%. And considering that it's one of the most expensive towers in the game, well, you can see that right now it's actually next to impossible to save up for. tier 3. And also another reason why, for example, the mages and archers cost way less than usual, since single target isn't that preferable. Also, these rats are super annoying, since they got their movement speed increased significantly, and once again, they do 25 to 40 damage. So, like, using barracks in this case may not be the smartest idea, since they will be able to actually defeat some of the paladins. Also, I am a little bit lacking on the other side, been focusing too much on the other one. Also, I tried to, like, I don't even know how to work with the flying enemies for now. I just nerfed their hit points down to 30. So basically, yeah, you can use Vesper, and he will be able to counter most of them. And also shallow archers might be a little bit broken, which we will see them a little bit later. But again, I've just gotten used to using shallow archers, so for those who like using Wainerian reinforcements, well, it may not be the best for you, since the other stages later on, they have big waves of flying enemies, and well, you can actually do a really fun strategy with the Tricannon, since it can actually deal with flying enemies, but you have to have a target on the ground for it to shoot, otherwise, well, it won't do anything. Also, this stage is not that insane when it comes to like huge waves of enemies. Like, yeah, sure, it makes the stage harder, but at least buffing the heroes compensates to some extent. Well, basically, the Tricannon is like a little bit overpowered now, as well as Vesper's bouncing arrow, but I just like it so much that I could not resist making it that way. Also, this 3 ability has been buffed a little bit to now one-shot all the rats or pigs and so on, and it also shoots more fireballs, I guess, just in case of emergency, like for the previous wave. I don't think I would have been able to deal with all of the rats if not for the special. Also, yeah, that was what I was talking about. Like, we have how many are those? Like around 60, maybe 80 vouchers coming in. And well, your best bet would be to just spam archers. So yeah, I might even sell some towers to make that happen. Also, relying on Vesper is the key. Otherwise, well, you would not be able to deal with them since, as you can see, the bounce arrow just, it doesn't care how much of them are. Hey yo, Rexy, what's up, man? Good to see you here as well. Well, I've been playing around with Alliance for around 2 or 3 days now. It's been definitely fun, trying to experiment with some new things. Okay, I might have not tested this wave that well. So if I do happen to lose wives here, well, it's to be expected. At least we have this ability, which is definitely helpful. Also, paladins have actually been overhauled. Like right now, they cost way less to get up. Also have more HP and more armor, just to make them more durable than usual, since some enemies like the rhinos now deal 3 times more damage than usual. Also, I may or may not be able to beat this stage with 3 stars. Okay, maybe. Someone stops the rhino. Thank you. Okay, so we actually beat a stage with 3 stars. Well, that's good to see. Yeah, I know that the game has enough flank enemies, but I just like to keep it that way since it nerfs artilleries. Oh, but you see, please, don't salt me like that. I tried my best to make it a good mod, you know. I wasn't aware you knew how to mod Kingdom Rush games. Well, so was I. At least when I got my hands on the decompiled files, they made my life way easier. Also, the Dark Knight now has twice as long duration, so it basically acts as a third hero, which is definitely helpful. Okay, so let's see about this stage. We start already with 52 Hawk invaders, so in this case, once again, the good old reliable Tri-Cannon is going to be the tower that carries me. How good is Vesper in the vanilla game? He's usable. Like, the hero balance is alright in the base game, apart from like Taurus and Grimson. Like, those are the only two heroes I would consider to be on the weaker side. Also, these guys have been buffed or reworked to an extent, since they now deal way more damage, but also cost slightly more to get. But I still try to make them balanced, just so you are encouraged to use the towers that the stage provides you with. Also, again, a large wave of vouchers, which, you know, it's always good thing to see. But like, Vesper doesn't even care about them, since his bouncing arrow is just insane when it comes to dealing with vouchers. Well, I will not be posting the mod anytime soon. Like right now, I'm just showcasing, I guess, the alpha or beta version of the mod, since there is still a lot of work that has to be done. And I really would like to have a finished product, otherwise, well, it would not be enjoyable. And if it's not enjoyable, then what's even the point in sharing it? Also, I might have needed to pay a little bit more attention, let a couple of rats sneak through. But again, that is the reason why I said that they're like wolves now. Like, super annoying face. Well, even actually modding the game isn't that hard per se. The thing is that it just takes a lot of time. Also, having one of your heroes die basically cripples your power on the field like around 30%. Since, at least to me, I think that heroes are uh, way powerful than the towers itself. You'll be most likely relying on your heroes to deal with the enemies rather than the towers. Which I don't know how I feel about right now, but it's a good starter, I guess. Also, those rhinos are super annoying, and they also got their HP increased significantly. But Ralling can deal with them given enough time. Also, the barrage has now been increased to 400 cost, just because it made a lot of stages trivial, and basically spamming it was the best strategy every single time, and I wasn't a huge fan of that, so I decided to nerf it to an extent. Like, it's still one of the more powerful towers, but at least the balance got a slightly better. Also, I don't even know if I'll be able to make it through this stage alive, since it's not looking that good for now. Also, this huge clump of vouchers is a little bit worrying me. Like, I'ma need Vesper to do some crazy shenanigans. Or, I don't know, maybe I can rely on the bombardment to carry me, which didn't seem to be the case. Also, no hero spell. Well, that was great. Okay, barely staying alive for now. Also again, why Bombardment 3 comes in clutch, since it can even deal with the flying enemies. But yeah, I guess this might be the end of me. Well, this needs some further balancing now that I look at it. Yeah, okay, might need to reconsider my strategy for this one. Well, I tested all of the stages preemptively, just so I know that I will not be stuck playing a single stage for like 2 hours, but it seems that some of them still need further testing. I guess I'll start with Tricannon in this spot since it will be able to hit both of the lanes. Seems like a better strategy than the previous one I used. Also, Shadow Archers have been buffed a little bit to now deal 20 to 30 damage, which I don't know if it actually helps out a whole lot, since the enemy amount has also been increased a lot. Well, this acts basically as a new difficulty. Well, it's not like a difficulty since it's way harder than having an impossible mode for impossible, since it basically changes all of the enemies, all of the waves, rebalances all of the towers and heroes. Like you're basically playing the game all over again to an extent. Well, if I have to compare this mode with KM5's Chaos mode, I would say that the Chaos mode for Frontiers is definitely harder than this one, which right now doesn't really seem to be the case. But again, I just need Regin to level up to level 10 since all of the levels have been tested with maxed out heroes. So right now, I'm playing for the first time with Thunder leveled heroes. So I'm just not used to that. Like right now, I'm used to having Kraken maxed out and she basically handles the rhinos in 1v1 cases really confidently. Well, it would be actually a cool idea if you manage to add a second hero for Vengeance. I don't know how that would happen, since I have no clue how the Infinite Heroes mode and so on work. But a lot of free balancing will have to be done since, working with two heroes is really busted, at least in Vengeance, considering that you have heroes such as Ice Cold Merglin or Dianion. Okay, can someone please... Yeah, thank you. Deal with the Rhino. Okay, so far so good. Tricannon in this spot definitely seemed to be the better use case. Also, one thing about stage 6 was that I usually lost on wave 2, since it just used to have that huge enemy spam, and you basically start with 300 gold. And then I had another problem. Whenever I reached wave 15, like the final wave, I would always lose, just because it was insane. Like, it basically acts as a boss battle before the actual boss, which is crazy to think about. Did I work on the mode alone? Well, actually, yeah. Like, nobody helped me with it. The only help I got was the decompiled files, since without them you cannot really mod the game, because there's a lot of question marks in the code, and I have no clue what all of them mean. Okay, so I might as well just leave this rhino for now, like, there is no point in dealing with it. Yeah, this is a lost cause. I guess I could use the Dark Knight to handle some of the Hoggins, but yeah, the Rhino, no point in even dealing with him. Okay, so I was able to get one of my track cannons to maxed, so it will definitely help us out. Also, we can clear one of the groups of vultures with Vesper's hero spell, and the other with the bouncing arrow. Well, for the most part. That's why we have the Shadow Archers. Actually, I cannot wait to see the Vengeance DLC, what it has for us in store, since it will definitely be fun to play another game, since right now I've been playing Alliance for a month straight and haven't touched the other Kingdom Rush games since then. Okay, maybe investing my income in mages might not be the best for me. Another Tricannon might have been a better choice, but they're so expensive that I don't even know if they're worth it. If I like puzzle solving, then most levels demand a specific solution to be beaten. Oh, it's funny that you say about puzzle solving, since all of the iron stages that my mod include is basically like some sort of a puzzle. Like they take around 1 to 2 minutes to beat, and just try to showcase a fun mechanic of the towers, since you know you're only restricted to using 2 towers. Also, it seems that I will be losing once again. If somehow I manage to quadge this, which seems to not be the case, well, that's just great, okay. Did I at least get a new level for railing though? Okay, I got one, so this one is really solid since it stuns a lot of enemies. Like it provides you with a slightly bigger stun, which definitely comes in handy. Okay, so take 3. I really liked the start with Tricannon in this spot, seemed to be solid. I guess another one was needed at the end of the day, since the thing about Vipers is that they now have 99% magic resistance. Well, they're basically magic immunity, so using mages against them is pointless. Also, I guess if I lose this stage one more time, I'll showcase some of the iron stages that I fought, since I find them to be really fun actually. At least I really loved doing them. Apart from stage 3. Stage 3 just has such an awkward layout that even making the main campaign waves is just boring for me. Okay, I might have needed Vespers as hero spell for that part. I guess in this case I will just rely. Okay, I got it, but I will not use it. It may be better for the upcoming wave. Okay, so we have one Rhino, so Regin will be handling him, and we'll focus on the rest. Well, I haven't really experimented with the code levels. I feel like that there are a lot of fun things that can be done with them. Since you know, we have crystal golems, which can basically spawn on stage 7, which may or may not be a thing that I will do. Like, it sounds as a cool concept. But the thing about the wild beast enemies is that they have really great synergies between them. Like you have turtle shamans, which can be paired with, I guess, bears, and they will be able to heal the bears. Also, the turtles have high magic resistance, while the bears have high armor, so they synergize really well with each other. Also, we have vipers and skunks, which basically can deal with your heroes really reliably. We also have these guys which act as a mini tank. I guess when spammed, they definitely start to get hard to deal with. Well, one of the best things you can do to deal with them is relying on Regin when she does her splash damage, since her damage also got increased to compensate for some of the things in the mall. Also, I don't know how I felt about overheat yet. Like, I made it cheaper, but it still doesn't seem to be that powerful. Also, that was a little bit unfortunate that Dragon died, didn't pay attention to her. But Bombardment is definitely nice, even for this stage. Well, in general, I'll consider it to be the best ability right now for the early game. But even getting it at tier 1 costs you 400, so for the same cost, you can get, I guess, 3 or 4 Royal Archers at tier 4. Yeah, releasing videos really takes a lot of time. At least my working process includes 12 steps that I have to accomplish to know that it's of good quality, since I'm not really satisfied with just like doing a challenge and basically showcasing the gameplay. Well, that's a thing that a lot of people do. So I try to be different. Like for example, the last 3 days I spent just making this mode, which I don't know if that was the best time management on my part, but I know that I definitely enjoyed making it, and will be definitely fun to try different interesting challenges for it. Also, how can my previous time be able to deal with the vouchers, but now I struggle with them? I cannot even explain that to myself. Like, that's just obnoxious. Like, having around 60 or 70 vouchers to deal with Wave 7? Nah, that's not it. Also, yeah, the editing process is one of the most boring parts. At least for me, the two most annoying parts is recording the actual footage and then just editing it to cut off the junk that it's unneeded for the video. Also, Bombardment, can you please carry me for this part? Okay, it seems that we'll need another attempt. Yeah, actually, Nairo might be a good hero for our case, since we have the second Vesper hero spell, I guess, to work with now. The thing about Nairo is that her hero spell got its cooldown double. Like, you'll see that it takes an eternity to get it back. Also, her movement speed got increased slightly, and now she triggers her roots way more easily. I guess just as a quality of life thing. The thing about Nairo is that we supplemented him with Ryan, and well, Rhinos will be a major issue for us, since right now I was mostly relying on Ryan to deal with them. Vesper can, I guess, handle them to some extent, but he's not that as efficient as Ryan. Like, I designed every single hero to have a purpose. So Vesper is like a AoE 1v1 type of hero. Well, he has something for every single aspect. Ragin is a 1v1 monster. She can basically deal with every single enemy in the game, but she lacks area damage. And the thing is about this mode, you will need area damage, which is why once again I'm mostly relying on tri-cannons. But again, for this part, like, I have zero clue how I'll be able to stop the Rhino. And Nairo isn't that great when it comes to tanking anymore. Yeah, I will not even try to stop the Rhino, it's just pointless. At least the good thing is that Rhinos only make you lose 3 lives, so it's not the end of the world. But for this part in particular, Nairos' hero spell really comes in handy. And if you pair it with Vespers, you can basically erase huge chunk of enemies. Well, they have no relation, but a lot of people consider Vesper to be Eridan 2.0, which I completely understand, since both of them have really similar abilities. Also, there is, again, no point in using a magical hero against the Vipers, since they have magic immunity. Like, it's not even resistance, it's just straight up immunity. I guess, yeah, Vesper might be the way to go for this part, and I'll just use Nairo to deal with the bears. Also, I tried to make her spawn more pixies than usual, but whenever she tried to, it just caused her to stop, to move and shoot and everything. Like she just malfunctioned for whatever reason. I guess the game cannot really uh, make that happen, or I might need to change some other files. Okay, even getting a barrack might not be the best for me, since Rhinos will just charge to the exit either way. Yeah, the Taurus is the worst hero in the game in my opinion. Like, sorry about it, but that's just how the way it goes. Like, he basically has nothing going for him. Apart from being the slowest hero, having one of the lowest DPSs in the game, having almost zero ways of dealing with flying enemies. I get why some people would enjoy him, but I'm not one of them. Also, I was really hoping to have the pixies, since actually Nairo is quite efficient when it comes to dealing with them, but I don't have enough skill points to make that happen yet. So I will just be relying on Vesper. Also, I will not be using the hero spell. Maybe because I would need it for the next wave, which consists of like 100 rats, which is just painful to deal with. Okay, so let's see. We'll have around how many again? 30, I think it was. And barracks will not even suffice, since they will be able to kill them really efficiently. But I also have Nairos' hero spell, so it may be possible to stop them. We'll see, we'll see. Okay, so for the top Nairos' hero spell, for the bottom Vesper. And now I need Vesper's bouncing arrow, otherwise I might be screwed, please. 3 hearts, okay, I survived for now. Got another Tricannon to tier 4, also one heart left. Okay, so what is this now? 3 rhinos? Like, bro, I don't even think that it's possible at this point. Like, how are you? 4 rhinos? Okay, this is just straight up unbalanced. Like, I don't even know how. Did I even test this level? I'm not even sure. I might have, but with maxed start tree. Okay, you know what? Yeah, this stage it's certified impossible. I will showcase just the iron stages now. And after that, I will switch to another save file. Since, well, it's just impossible, I guess, in the current state. We'll definitely have to look into that a little bit more. Any plans to rework any level past the first stage? Stage 6? Yeah, of course, I will rework all of the stages. The thing is that just today I spent around 5 hours trying to overhaul stage 6, which I think turned out to be one of the best ones that I've done for now. But when it comes to stages 7 to 11 and 12 to 16, I haven't even touched the enemies yet. So I'm still looking into some ways to make them more interesting, I guess. And it will definitely take me some time. I am expecting to finish this mode by the end of the week, which may or may not be possible. We'll see if I have enough time. But yeah, this iron is definitely challenging when you're using only one hero, since it comes up with the Bear Vanguards and Turtle Shaman combos, which are actually quite nice. Okay, I'll also show the iron for stage 2 and then we'll jump to stage 5. Since, well, for now, at least I only had the time to rework the items for the first two stages. Also, if someone asks for the heroics, I will not be doing them anytime soon, since they take a lot of time to make, while irons are just a single wave, and you can design it however you want. Do I think Ironhide will bring back great defense? Like, in what term you mean? I don't really get the question. Right now, I'm just waiting for the October update, since it will add in 3 new stages. But the thing about it is that, at least for now, it has been confirmed that they will be reusing some enemies. I'm guessing that Wolverines and Ghosts might make an appearance, which is one of the things that I was hoping actually, to not see the same enemies. But I guess since the Halloween stages are basically exactly the same for all the games, it wasn't actually that surprising. Also, in general, the iron stages for the stages take around 2 minutes to finish. Like, this is the final wave. We just have one rhino to deal with some bears and turtles. I mean, I'm saying that that's a normal thing for stage 2. But I guess using level 10 heroes definitely makes my job easier. Like right now, maybe, or maybe not. Okay, barely. So that was the point of the rats. They usually try to make you lose at the end. Well, yeah, it took me actually 3 days to make everything, so it wasn't that bad. Okay, so please disregard the star amount and this flag here. Like, we will not be checking it out yet. That's reserved for another time. Okay, just need to see if my upgrade tree is right. Yeah, this seems to be okay. Do I think that they'll bring back Blood Shells with great armor? Well, they might make an enemy with high armor, but I wouldn't get my hopes that high. Okay, so for this stage, as you can see, we start with 0 gold, so like there isn't anything that we can do. And well, we have a rhino to start with, just for fun. Like, the idea behind this level was to try and make you utilize your heroes properly. Like, if you know how to, um, if you know their strengths and weaknesses, you would be able to beat the early game. It's not that hard, honestly. The mod is going well so far. It's already in second update. I'm almost finished with the first act of the campaign. There is just some rebalancing that I'll need to do. Like, for example, stage 4, right in its current state, is impossible to be beaten. Or I don't know, I might just have a severe skill issue. Either one of the two. But I don't wanna make my mode that difficult. Like, it's supposed to be challenging, but not impossible. Also, yeah, for this part, we just have Vesper's Hero spell. It deals with them really easily. And again, it's already wave 4 and we don't have a lot of towers to work with. Also, again, to repeat myself about the level that I showed, we will not take a look into it right now. Just because of some intentional purposes, let's say. Well, around 2 months maybe, until October. But I'll try to have my own campaign finished by September, which I don't know how realistically that sounds. Also, you can see that the heroes in this mode are definitely stronger than usual. Like, you would not be able to normally beat all these enemies with the vanilla heroes. Also, the thing about the Halloween campaign, I was thinking that since we are in the Origins continent, they might be using some of the enemies in the Goliath area, like, you know, the Husks and the Blood Spitters. I can see them making an appearance. Werewolves are a given at this point, they've existed in every single game for now, so that's for sure. Will the mod be for mobile? No, unfortunately I have no clue how to make mods for mobile. They will only be for the Steam version, like the PC version. If you are looking for a mobile mod, well, sorry, this will not be the one for you. I mean, yeah, if I at least had someone to test the stages for me, it would definitely make my life easier. Since right now I have zero clue if stage 4 is even beatable. Like, if it's left in the way it is right now, it should be beaten. Since I usually change the wave compositions if I cannot verify them as possible. But again, this might be just my skill issue. Yeah, Rexy, I might be in need of a beta tester, you know? Also, I guess the first link for the mod might be available in a day or two after I finish the remaining things that have to be done for the first act of the campaign. For example, I still need some tower rebalancing to do since I'm not really satisfied with some of them. Like, for example, Tricannon is still busted. Raw archers are alright, I guess, since they are super cheap to get. Mages, they should, in theory, be the tower that you would like to use against Rhinos. But again, since you have so many enemies to worry about, Trakan usually is the tower that performs better. I mean, if anyone would like to try this mode earlier than the rest, my Discord link is in the description of this live stream. Feel free to join. I will be sharing the mod link there as soon as possible. Also, we have this cute fella, the Bear Woodcutter, who deals 120 to 200 damage now. So even Railing will not be able to handle him in a 1v1 scenario. And he also has the menacing 2400 HP. Well, it's basically the same as the Rhinos, but the thing about him is that he also has 50% armor. So you will, in most cases, need, I guess, Arcane skill or Railing to deal with him. Like, for example, if you're going to use Nairo in this stage, it probably will not be the best idea. Also, this rebel cost has been vastly increased, just to encourage you to stick to the already preset tower spots. And money is definitely hard to get, since every single enemy now gives you around 50 to 60% less bounty than usual. Also, we have that one huge wave of vultures, which I usually have Vesper's hero spell to handle them, so I'll just start the next wave earlier, which I hope will not bite me in the end. Okay, Ragin died. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, this parade of skunks is quite hard to deal with. I may need another tri-cannon for this part, actually. Yeah, I also really like Rising Tides. It just has so unique gimmicks about it. And the fact that I guess it's the only stage where you have water to work with. Also, again, I have a skill issue, so don't even mind the skunks. Like, we are just trying to showcase the stages right now. Don't look into the gameplay that much. Here's a tip, do not change the description for Tower Hero ability set. The mod is gonna go through bunch changes soon. Well, I'm not changing the descriptions. I'm just I cannot be bothered to do that for now. Also, the thing is that some of them get changed automatically. Like, you can see that the triple arrow displaces the actual numbers. Like, these are not the vanilla numbers. Also, the same is the case for Arcane since the kill. Like, I changed the damage and it displays it correctly. It's not the same for every single ability, but it definitely changes some of them. So at least that's good to see. Also, am I dead here? Like, what is this? Like, that's some sort of an ambush or a jump scare? I don't even know at this point. But two rhinos? Doesn't seem that cool. Also, a parade of hyenas? Yeah, this is getting a little bit out of hand. Okay, so this stage was great. Well, I assume that I just suck while streaming, since I was able to beat this level. Not this time though. Also, I do have a change walk about my mode. It's in my Discord server, where I do all the changes. Like, I leave them there. Okay, I will not showcase stage 15 again, I mean 5 again, since that's just stupid. We'll just jump to the boss stage to see how it is being changed. If I can at least get to him, that is. But I mean, I've tested this stage like numerous times today, so I hope to be able to beat it from my first time. Yeah, the mode is definitely evil in some compartments. Like, for example, stage 4 and stage 5 already look insane to begin with. Which, again, some people are like, well, Alliance is super easy game. I find it super boring and short and so on. Okay, so, well, now you have this mode to worry about. And I swear, if there's some people who say, well, this mode is super unbalanced and makes the game almost impossible to be beaten, well, then there isn't anything that a person can do for you, sorry. Well, sorry, I have actually zero clue what your mode for Origins is like. Like, the only one I'm familiar with is the Chaos mode, which is already insane. Like, I've heard rumors that some stages require you hours to beat. which actually might be the same for this mode as well, the one that I'm trying now, but the thing is that I just need further testing to make sure that's the case, since it might be just a skill issue on my part. Okay, I mean, so far so good. Yeah, in this stage we unlock Taurus, but the thing is that I buffed him like 10 different ways, and he's still the worst hero out of the ones you currently have. The thing is that I'm trying to find a purpose for him, but I just fail in that department. Since again, Vesper is like a flying enemy eraser with his bouncing arrow. Also, his hero spell can deal with swarms. You have Ragin to deal with all of the rhinos, and she also has a decent area damage with one of her abilities. You have Nairo, who basically has a stronger hero spell than that of a Vespers. So if you run out of one of them, you always have the other one to use, just in case. Well, didn't you say for Origins? That's why I was referencing the Chaos mode, since I don't really know if there is Brutality mode for Origins. Okay, usually for this part you would definitely need Vesper's hero spell. Otherwise, well, you will not be able to deal with all of these enemies. Also, Ragin for this part is super good because she can deal area damage to the Vipers as well as deal with the Rhino. Yo, the dog is in the house once again. No, I'm not Ricky, please. Don't make that reference. Thank you. What do I mean if I get to the boss? Well, you will see. I think wave 9 and wave 15 are just on a whole other level. And I usually lose on either one of the two. So I'm hoping that my skill issue doesn't let me down. So far so good. At least the pacing is really well made, since you can, I guess, stall the next wave. If you try to do this insta-call, you will most likely lose, like that's 100% guaranteed. Only insane people will try to beat this insta-call. Well, I haven't buffed Gorgrind that much, like he got his damage buffed, but he doesn't like do insta-kill damage or something similar to that. Since I do still want you to have some ways to deal with him. I mean, one obvious change about him is that he got his HP increased significantly. Like, that's not even surprising. Also, he got a little bit of a movement speed buff, just because in the vanilla game he's usually so slow that he cannot make any progress in the map. The only mode for Origins I've met is called Legendary mode. Okay. I might have, I guess, understood you wrong in that case. I had this idea where the Wrecking Man ability could be turned into an ability to make him move faster when traveling long distances. Well, if you want me, I can show you Torres in action a little bit later, since his movement speed has been tripled, so there isn't even a need for that change. Like, he's basically the same as Ragin. You can notice how fast Ragin is, which is definitely not usual. Okay, I have one Tricannon set up for the right side, but the left one is a little bit lacking, and there is a Rhino that I need to worry about. And also Ragin wasting her insta-kill on hyenas is not the best case for me. Okay, so that was what I was trying to imply about wave 10. It usually makes me lose a couple of lives. Also, the purple paladin has been reworked. Apart from costing 100 more, he now gets a lot of stat increases, and his aura now boosts all allied units by 50% instead of 20. Also, I have zero clue where to use my Vespers here too, so I'll just use it on the skunks. Okay, so far Berg hanging on. Okay, the right side should be solved. Now to worry about the other one. I guess the good thing about Overheat is that it's hella cheap, so you can very easily get it going. Also, if I can afford bombardment, would definitely be helpful. Also, I think that it was this part. Yeah, this huge cluster of hyenas. I usually just pray to RNGesus that all of them die out of nowhere. I mean, this time around I had Vespers' hero spell, so yeah, nothing really to worry about. But paladins are definitely powerful. Like for example, you can see that the purple one has 45 to 60 damage for starters. And he also has, I think, 60% armor. Something like that. Well, if you get the healing prayer, he's basically unkillable. Like that was the point I was trying to make about him. Hence also the cost increase. Also, yeah, this part is a little bit awkward since you have all of these rats combined with the rhinos and the hyenas. How does one even have over 600 hours in vengeance? That's crazy. I mean, I already have around 200 in alliance, but it's not already 600, you know? Okay, I will be losing a couple of lives here, which is something you don't like to see. Also, yeah, we need to talk about this part. Like, what even is this? Do you like flyers? Well, I'm sure you like this stage then. Okay, please, please. Vesper, use your ability. Okay, somehow I survived. Okay, so we are already at the final wave. And I might need a couple more wives for that part. Since things get insane rather quickly. Okay, I will definitely need Dragon for this part. I also have 0 gold. For any paladins, also Dragon died. Well, this might be the end actually. Again, skill issue. Nah, I'm just sell the arcane at this point and just pray that everything works out. Okay, I actually might be able to stay alive. Ryan should be back anytime soon, yeah? Okay, so that was what I was trying to imply. Basically having a boss stage before the boss itself. I mean, if you have any suggestions or ideas that you would like to let me know, just join my Discord server and we can discuss them there. Since it's a little bit hard for me to answer to all of the comments on stream. while trying to beat these stages. Also, about Gore Grind, he now has 18,000 hit points, just for fun, and he also deals 180 to 360 damage, just so I guess he can 3-shot Dragon. Also, Paladins are super inefficient when trying to deal with him. Like, your best bet is to use Railing and the Arcane. Also, usually at around this point, I would have beaten him already, but the thing is that I just wanted him to kill Ragin just for showcasing purposes. And this is definitely getting a little bit closer than I like it to be. Okay, well, this might be actually the first time that I lose to the boss itself. Yeah, well, that's unfortunate. I mean, I was close, but yeah, we don't talk about this, okay? So, I think you get the gist at this point. I tried to showcase all the stages. The only one that I was able to beat on this stream were the first three, and I wasn't even able to beat any of the 4 to 6 stage. Just goes to show how difficult the mode is. Also, the boss wave is not changed just because it's not part of the actual wave composition file. It's located somewhere different, and I don't know where it is yet. We'll probably look into it in the future, but for now I think that it's alright as it is. What is the new level? Well, we will not take a look into it right now. Let's say that it just exists. I guess to tease you for what's to come. But don't expect me to reveal it anytime soon. Like, that's not happening. Okay, so I think that that was everything that I wanted to showcase for today. Again, thank you to everyone who stopped by to say hi or see how's the mode progression. Again, if you would like to see any of the other changes, make sure to join my Discord server. And if you have any suggestions or ideas that you would like to discuss with me, I think that this is the best place for those. And yeah, well, I would like to say have a good afternoon, morning, or evening, depending on where you are in the world. And I hope to see you again soon. For now, I'll be signing out. Thanks for stopping by and see ya.